Hey everyone! If this is your first time doing yoga or you're intimidated about starting to do yoga, this is the video for you. Today I'm going to show you 5 basic yoga poses and talk you through them, and it's everything you need to know to go to your first yoga class or to do your first yoga YouTube video because it is quarantine. But this video is perfect if you've ever wanted to do yoga but you didn't know where to start. This is the perfect video in order to learn 5 moves that you'll probably do in any beginner yoga class. So I really hope you enjoy. My name is Taylor. I'm a certified yoga instructor and I'm really excited, so let's get started. One of the first poses that can be really hard for people is just sitting like this, and a lot of yoga classes will start out sitting in a comfortable seated position and start breathing here. And I find so frequently that I'll have people come into my class and they can't sit comfortably like this because their hips are really tight. So I just wanted to start by showing you guys a way to make this pose a little bit easier and a way that you can develop more flexibility so that you can sit crisscross legs. So grab, in class you'll probably have blocks, but I don't have a block, so I'm going to use a pile of books. It's also great if you're at home. So basically you can just place the books down, and you can use as many as you need. That's why I like books, because you can use like 5 if you need them. But then you can just sit on the books, and it's a lot easier. Your hips don't have to be as flexible, and you can sit comfortably and begin your class in a comfortable way for you. And if this is your first yoga class that you're going to and you sit on your block like this, your teacher's gonna be like, wow, he or she is a pro. They know that they can't sit crisscross applesauce, so they're sitting on a block. Wow, like I'm inspired already. They're gonna love you. So the next pose that I'm gonna show you how to do is downward dog. This is a really popular pose. You've probably heard of it, even if it's your first time doing yoga. But I just wanna show you some tips and tricks on how to do downward dog and how to simplify it for yourself if it's overwhelming. Because it is almost an inversion because you kind of are upside down, so it can be overwhelming for people. So to start, I always give the option of keeping your knees bent. I try to do this in my class, especially if I know there's beginners, but basically you want to keep your knees bent and try to straighten your back as much as you can. So I can curve my back like this and it's easier for me to get my heels down, but that's not the proper position. So what you want to do is keep your knees bent and then really find a flat back from your tailbone all the way through the top of your head. And then from here, you can practice walking through your feet to try to get your heels down. But you don't want to curve your spine. That's the first mistake. So once you have a straight spine, you can bend your knees as much as you need to, and then work on straightening your knees. The next pose that you can work on as a beginner yogi is Warrior One. This is probably going to be in any beginner yoga class. So you'll start in a lunge, so however you want to get into it, and you'll keep your front knee bent and your back knee straight. But then something to really focus on in your lunge is your hip placement. So it's easy for me to stand here and kind of relax, but to challenge yourself, you can really turn your hips to face directly to the front of your mat by engaging your core. And then you want to lift from your knee up so that you're engaging this thigh, and then this back here is really engaged. So my glutes are like squozen back. And by doing this, we will enhance the difficulty of this pose and also be doing it correct. So make sure that your knee is directly over your heel and that you can see your big toe. And then point your hips towards the front of your mat, engage your muscles, squeeze your core, and then when you're ready, you can lift your arms up overhead. And this is Warrior One. The next pose is Warrior Two. So you'll start in Warrior One and then open your hips up so that they're facing the side of your mat and your shoulders are too. And again, we're really engaging the glutes, lifting up both of our thighs and then releasing our shoulders. engage your core, and then you could bring your hands out and look towards the front hand, which is where the knee is. And to check for knee placement, just take a peek down and make sure that you can see your big toe on the inside of your knee. And now a basic balance pose that you can work on is tree pose. I love this pose. It's probably the best balancing pose because it's on one foot. You can modify it however you need to, and it's kind of the best way to practice for every other balance pose there is. So start with your feet together, and you're gonna lift your right heel up and turn your leg out, and you can balance here, which is the best if you are struggling with balance because you have your toe on the floor to help you balance, and you can also practice lifting it up and putting it back down. So if that's where you need to balance, then practice there. But if you can lift your foot, you can attach it up to your calf, and this makes sure that the foot's really close to the ground. You know, you can put it right down if you need to. Or if you want to advance it even more, you can lift your foot up to your thigh. Just don't put your foot directly on your knee. It's really not good for your knee. But you can put your foot up to your thigh. And then when you find where you want to balance, you can bring your hands to heart center. And once you've really found your balance, you can grow some branches. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. And please like my video if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great week.